इसके अंदर कोई भी सेक्ट को डिफेमेटरी लगे से कुछ नहीं है, बिकॉज द पीपल हु हैड फाइल्ड इट, द ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल वर हेलिंग फ्रॉम पुष्टि मार्ग सेक्ट,
अच्छा,
which is actually वैष्णव का एक सेक्ट है
जो रिप्रेजेंट किया गया है इस
फिल्म के अंदर। हाँ। सो हमने कहा था कि पूरे पिक्चर के अंदर वो सेट के बारे में कुछ गलत नहीं है, एंड इसलिए दिस मैटर्स रीच द कोर्ट, द कोर्ट आल्सो सॉ द फिल्म, वी आल्सो इंसिस्टेड द कोर्ट बोथ द साइड्स कि since the court is seized of the matter, since the court is actively looking into the case, let the honorable judge see the film. हाँ. जैसे if you want to release a film, then I told you need the censor board certificate.
Yes.
लेकिन OTT के लिए per se कोई लाइसेंस नहीं चाहिए. But that is not the case कि OTT has got a free run. At the time पद्मावती में पूरा forest fires हो गया था. हाँ. There was not only one case happening only in one court. There were various cases being filed by various people against this film producers. पद्मावती 4-5 हाई कोर्ट्स में हुए थे, 2-3 हाई कोर्ट्स में हुए थे, and the state governments also.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Unscripted with संपदा वाजे। आज हमारे साथ हैं एडवोकेट नचिकेत दवे और वो फ्रेशली केस जीत के आए हैं यशराज फिल्म्स के लिए, जिसके कारण हमें महाराज देखने को मिला। So we are going to talk to him about that case. We are going to talk to him about पद्मावत, जिसमें भी वो लॉयर रह चुके हैं, and his other perspective on the entertainment industry, on law, on OTT platform, ऑन सोशल मीडिया सेंसरशिप होनी चाहिए या नहीं होनी चाहिए, और बहुत सारे और इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ें। सो स्टे विथ अस and welcome Nachiket. So happy to have you here.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling me. I'm very happy to be here.
So we have lots of questions about Maharaj. So first of all, like I mentioned, we got to see Maharaj because of you, right?
No, because of many other lawyers who have film case, not only about me. That's okay.
Okay, so it's produced by Yashraj Films, and it obviously starred Amar Khan's son Junaid, who was in it. So there was a case filed against Maharaj, which and there was a stay order, if I'm not wrong, issued by the Gujarat High Court, which ultimately was overturned, and the movie came to OTT platforms. So tell us a little bit about it.
So I'll start by saying that it was a little bit of uphill task, because what happened is by the time we were engaged for this case, the court had already stayed the release of the film.
Okay.
So the stay was operating while the film was supposed to be released on the next day. So the sect of the petitioners approached the court on the very last day, so a day prior to release, and the honorable court, giving some reasons, had stayed the release of the film. So
मतलब जिस सेट के ऊपर वो पिक्चर आधारित है उस टाइम,
हाँ, वो सेट के 4-5-6 पिटिशनर्स ने हाई कोर्ट में एप्लीकेशन डाला था, saying that the picture might be showing our set probably in a bad light.
ऐसे उनको फील हुआ,
उनको से फील हुआ. So with the reasons which they had, thinking of the assumptions, because वो क्या हुआ था, पिक्चर का कोई भी ट्रेलर रिलीज नहीं हुआ था. So one of the contention was, since the trailer is not released, we don't know as to what extent the film will show the set of what it was. So with that consideration and with that thought in mind, they had approached the High Court, and High Court stayed the release of the film. So what happens, Sambada, is when the stay is operating, there's too many things at stake. You being from film industry and from television business,
of course,
that the release is very important. So the task was quite uphill. So then we were engaged, and I was also with the team of my friends and lawyers who were working on this case. So we moved an application for the purpose of lifting the stay or vacating the relief which was given in favor of the petitioners. The basic contentions, the grounds which we had raised was कि इसके अंदर कोई भी सेक्ट को डिफेमेटरी लगे से कुछ नहीं है, because the people who had filed it, the group of people were hailing from पुष्टि मार्ग सेक्ट,
अच्छा,
which is actually वैष्णव का एक सेक्ट है
जो रिप्रेजेंट किया गया है इस
फिल्म के अंदर. सो हमने कहा था कि पूरे पिक्चर के अंदर वो सेट के बारे में कुछ गलत नहीं है. दिस इज अ फिल्म विद रिगार्ड टू अ लाइबल केस. जो केस हुआ था, सो आई विल जस्ट टेल यू अबाउट सम केस डिटेल्स, बिकॉज अदरवाइज इट विल बी वेरी हार्ड फॉर यू टू फिगर आउट.
सो सॉरी, जस्ट फॉर, सो ये जो फिल्म है, मैंने देखी है फिल्म, इट्स बेस्ड अपॉन अ रियल लाइफ केस व्हिच हैपेंड इन व्हाट अबाउट 1862
170 years back.
ओके, ठीक है, तो बताइए इस केस.
सो क्या हुआ था, देयर वाज दिस महाराज नेम्ड एज जादू नाथ जी. So he was the Maharaj of this sect, जो वैष्णव सेक्ट के महाराज थे, and he did some sort of like social evils, as I might say. I mean sexual exploitation of some women under the guise of being a Maharaj. So उसके सामने there's this social reformer cum journalist, Karsan Das Murji. So he took out and a publication in his publication सत्य प्रकाश. So जब उसने वो टाइम पे पब्लिकेशन निकाला तो वो पब्लिकेशन के सामने ये महाराज जादूनाथ ने
एक्सपोज हो गए.
सो महाराज जादूनाथ ने वहाँ की एट द टाइम इंडिया के अंदर सुप्रीम कोर्ट बॉम्बे में थी बिकॉज वी आर रूल्ड बाय द ब्रिटिशर्स.
अच्छा, ये इतना पुराना केस है.
बात है. सो एट द टाइम इट वाज द सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ बॉम्बे. It was in Bombay. So, and the judges were also this English Britishers. So, Maharaj Jadunath ji filed a case of libel against this person, against this social reformer / journalist, before the Supreme Court of Bombay at that point of time, saying that he has tried to defame me by doing all these things, by writing all these publications and all. Ultimately, the case, the matter went on to trial. Trial में से फिर order निकला, judgment निकला, and case got dismissed. यानी महाराज जादूनाथ जी हार गए, and this guy was free to go. उसने कुछ भी गलत नहीं किया था, libelous, defamation कुछ नहीं किया था. तो ये फिल्म है. This film is essentially leading to the facts and circumstances of that case.
अच्छा.
अब हुआ क्या कि जो ये पिटिशनर्स थे, द पिटिशनर्स थॉट, बिकॉज क्या हुआ, जब भी कोई केस खत्म होता है तो उसका ऑर्डर आता है, तो वो जो जजमेंट आया था वो टाइम पे वो जजमेंट दिया था ब्रिटिशर्स के जो जजेस थे उन्हें. सो इन द जजमेंट दे माइट हैव probably written something against the sect. That was in regard the judgment given by the court at that point of time.
That time.
So this was their I mean contention था, and this was their I might say this was a fear कि if what was written in the judgment might be right, might be wrong, but this might be averred in the film. सो हमारा सबसे पहले हमारा जो कंटेंशन था वो था कि हमने जजमेंट के बारे में कुछ नहीं कहा. दिस फिल्म इज एसेंशियली फैक्ट्स लीडिंग टू दैट केस. सो फार एज द जजमेंट इज कंसर्न, वी आर नॉट स्पीकिंग अ सिंगल लाइन इन द एंटायर फिल्म. सो दिस इज हाउ अबाउट इट, एंड इसलिए दिस मैटर्स रीच द कोर्ट. द कोर्ट आल्सो सॉ द फिल्म. वी आल्सो इंसिस्टेड द कोर्ट बोथ द साइड्स since the court is seized of the matter, since the court is actively looking into the case, let the honorable judge see the film.
Yeah, I saw that. I read it that the judge actually saw the film before release.
Yeah, so she saw the film, and the most important part of this was कि this picture had got the CBFC certificate, कि जो सेंसर बोर्ड का सर्टिफिकेट होता है वो भी इनके पास था. सो जनरली द लॉ ऑफ द लैंड इज कि जब भी सेंसर बोर्ड ने कोई भी फिल्म को हाँ बोला है, CBFC का सर्टिफिकेट दिया है, देन द कोर्ट शुड एक्सरसाइज कॉशन इन ऑर्डर टू स्टे दिस द फिल्म, unless of course something very grave is found or something very which is going to be amounting to say like chaos in the society. वैसे कुछ हो तो. So three things worked in our favor. Number one, the film was duly certified by the censor board. Number two, the honorable judge saw the film, and the film के अंदर कुछ भी गलत नहीं था. कोई भी सेक्ट को कोई भी तरह से उनको एक भी वर्ड खराब लगे वैसे कुछ नहीं था. द फिल्म वाज एसेंशियली ट्राइंग टू शो कि ये सोशल इविल था, एंड द सोशल इविल वाज कमिटेड बाय दिस पर्सन, महाराज, नॉट द सेक्ट. सेक्ट ने कुछ गलत नहीं किया है. सो इट वाज एक्सपोजिंग पर से द सोशल इविल ऑफ दिस पर्सन. सो द कोर थीम ऑफ द फिल्म वाज कि सोशल इविल था जिसको ये आदमी सोशल रिफॉर्मिस्ट ने 1862 के अंदर he was a proactive person, progressive person, so he exposed this. So this is the sum and substance of the entire case. So this is what the case was, and even after the film was released, everybody has kind of appreciated the film. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's appreciated. Nobody has come out with anything which kind of says that this is being hurt, or that is being hurt, or this sect is targeted. Nobody has come out with such things. So basically, it is not only the question of regarding to what was actually published and the case कि जो हुआ था 1862 के अंदर. After many years, even in 2013, there was a book written on this by one Mr. Saurabh Shah. So the book was also there. So, yes.
So the book was written on the entire circumstances leading up to the case.
Yeah, and the kind of fight with this guy, this activist gave. So the point was twofold. The opponents, or rather the petitioners, were actually varying. They were thinking कि अगर पिक्चर रिलीज होती है, अगर किसी रिलीजियस सेंटिमेंट हर्ट होता है तो इट माइट इंसाइट वायलेंस और हेट्रेड. सो आवर कंटेंशन वाज कि दिस पब्लिकेशन जब हुआ था, जो भी लाइबल जजमेंट आया था, उसके बाद तो 2013 में बुक भी निकली थी. तो 2013 से लेकर 2024 तक अगर 11 साल में कुछ गलत नहीं हुआ, बिकॉज उसके अंदर कुछ ऐसा कुछ था ही नहीं कि विच विल हर्ट any community. It was only trying to expose one person's wrongdoing. So this all worked, and the court thought it fit कि जो स्टे दिया था कोर्ट ने लिफ्ट कर लिया, and then the court said you can release the film. So after a week, I think about of the granting of stay, the stay was released. and the film was
Right.
pushed for
And
release.
yeah, and everyone saw it. Now that we're talking about Maharaj, there's been a lot of controversy about how they show violence against women, against various people. There's all kinds of inappropriate content, if I can put it that way, shown on OTT, right? So my question to you is, as a layperson,
Yes,
because
yes,
I
please,
don't
please.
know,
Sure.
are OTT platforms also, or their content, subject to any kind of censorship? And if yes, what is the censor board there? And if not, what are your views on it?
या सो राइट नाउ एज द थिंग स्टैंड ओटीटी पे पिक्चर रिलीज करनी हो तो उसके लिए कोई बेसिकली लाइसेंस नहीं चाहिए. जैसे इफ यू वांट टू रिलीज अ फिल्म देन आई टोल्ड यू नीड द आई मीन द सेंसर बोर्ड सर्टिफिकेट.
Yes.
लेकिन ओटीटी के लिए पर से कोई लाइसेंस नहीं चाहिए. बट इट इज नॉट द केस कि ओटीटी हैज गॉट फ्री रन. सो ओटीटी को गवर्न करता है, इट इज नोन एज आईटी एक्ट, इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी एक्ट. एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी एक्ट के अंदर रूल्स भी है. सो दोज रूल्स आर रूल्स ऑफ 2021. So
Okay.
those rules are having some rules, regulation, and there is also a certain amount of actual framework which the OTTs are bound to follow. So वो जो statutory mechanism framework है, जो IT Act rules के अंदर, so that has got actually safeguarding interest
Okay.
in the of the viewers. So how this मैकेनिज्म वर्क इज के अगर कोई भी ओटीटी है या कोई भी सपोजिंगली सोशल मीडिया है, जैसे फेसबुक है, व्हाट्सएप है, इंस्टाग्राम है, तो उनको दे विल हैव टू हैव एन ऑफिस इन इंडिया. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, ऑफिस होने के बाद दे विल हैव टू अपॉइंट अ ग्रीवेंस ऑफिसर. They will also have to appoint a compliance officer. They will also have to appoint a local nodal officer. So if anybody is aggrieved by any of the content, either on OTT or on the social media, जैसे WhatsApp है, Facebook है, Instagram है, so they can file a complaint application before those people. So and how it works also I can try to explain so that since I'm the flow.
Right.
So how it works is maybe-
just taking a step back. So when we are talking about this IT Act which governs जो OTT content को regulate करता है, क्या ये same IT Act, let's say YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, ये सबको यही cover करेगा?
Yes. So by the way of rules, by the way of law, by the way of उनमें क्या होता है, एक्ट होता है, उसके बाद रूल्स आते हैं.
हाँ.
कि what happens, act is sometimes little old, but then the times change. So in order to bring that act within the changing times, you get some rules, amendment. So जो information technology act है, उसके अंदर time and again rules भी आए हैं, amendment भी आए हैं. So amendment which I am talking about is 2021. It is known as the Intermediaries Guidelines and Digital Media एथिक्स कोड 2021. जो इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी एक्ट के अंदर रूल्स आए हैं. सो दिस आर नेम द रूल्स जो डिजिटल मीडिया एथिक्स कोड रूल्स बोला है. 2021 के अंदर रूल्स आए हैं. सो दैट आर द रूल्स व्हिच विल प्रिस्क्राइब how do you have to make a complaint if you're aggrieved by any action or maybe inaction, or maybe something wrong has been done,
Or the content, or what if someone is saying,
all the content, or if it's something is shown which is not in good taste, vulgarity है, nudism है, pornography है, वैसे कुछ which is not covered under the expression of freedom of speech and expression, उसके अंदर cover नहीं होता. If somebody is getting hurt, then that person can approach that actual framework which has been set up under this rules. So that framework is also in place. So I think as of now censorship board नहीं है, so far as OTT is concerned, as I rightly said, it's not there, but the framework by and large covers various aspects of it. So as of now I think the license is also not needed on the OTT for the simple reasons because they want to somehow strengthen India's media and information, I mean digital era, because India's media and information and also what do you say, film industry is also needs to be strengthened because if there's too much of actually licensing or maybe regulations over supervising, then so probably with that frame in mind the government at that point of time still has not come up with a body like what we have this kind of a censorship body. वैसे कुछ है नहीं, लेकिन as
there is a framework. तो basically जो लोग सोचते हैं that okay nobody regulates anything on OTT, जो चाहिए दिखा देते हैं, ऐसा है नहीं. There is a framework in place, and there is also a regulation, I mean a sort of a facility through which if someone finds something objectionable they can complain about it. That is there.
Yes.
Okay, so that brings me to Padmavat, which is another one of your cases. As you know, it was, I think, the movie when it released was one of the biggest movies of the year, and it is still a lot of people have seen it. They're very fond of it. So there was controversy during its release, and then subsequently it was released with what I heard were some cuts. So since you were one of the lawyers associated with Padmavat, what was the case about, and what finally happened?
I will give you how it started. So क्या हुआ था in case of Padmavati या slash Padmavat also. So there was a PIL filed in the Gujarat High Court. So that was amongst the first PIL filed in any of the states.
Okay.
With regard to some of the members, I think of
Karni Sena.
They are finding it objectionable. Then again, that was based on the assumptions that जो उनकी जो Queen Rani जो Padmavati है कि जो चित्तौड़गढ़ की है, she was shown in a bad light. Or maybe there were some love making scenes between her और जो villain जो Kilji है उसके बीच में. So at that time there was a PIL filed. So that PIL the court did not entertain because वो time पे CBFC का certification pending था. So these petitioners had probably jumped the guns and in their eagerness or over eagerness they had filed this kind of like a PIL in the High Court. So I appeared on behalf of Viacom 18.
Okay.
So and we argued.
Viacom 18, the producers of the film.
Company. Yeah.
Okay.
So we argued. We said three things. Number one, the certificate for the CBFC is still pending, and that is the statutory body which governs the field. So if they don't find anything objectionable, then we have to wait till that time because you cannot cross the bridge unless you are on the bridge. So first was that. Second is we at the time only asserted that this Padmavati के अंदर जो रानी है उनको कभी हमने गलत तरीके से दिखाया नहीं है और उसके अंदर कोई ऐसा सीन नहीं है जहाँ पे लॉ मेकिंग हो. I mean between रानी पर Padmavati and this villain कि जो उसका नाम खिलजी था. So this all arguments hold the water and the court dismissed the PIL. But what happened is that was starting of various cases in India because that at the time Padmavati में पूरा forest fire से हो गया था. There was not only one case happening only in one court. There were various cases being filed by various people against these film producers. Padmavati 4-5 high courts में हुए थे, 2-3 high courts में हुए थे, and the state governments also. सब कुछ हो गया. CBFC ने हमको सर्टिफिकेट दे दिया. they were given certificates. कोई भी सीन कट नहीं हुआ था लेकिन वो नेम चेंज के लिए उन्होंने कहा था कि मे बी पद्मावती के बदले पद्मावत कर दो. So that was done. लेकिन कोई कट, I don't think there was anything which the censor board found to be offensive, which might hurt the sentiments of people, was told to cut. So nothing was told to cut. So the film was slated to release the way it was being made. अब क्या हुआ, because वो uproar बहुत था, I mean वो इनका वो करनी सेना का and too much of
press coverage भी बहुत था.
प्रेस का भी बहुत था. So क्या हुआ, काफी सारे states ने, so जो states जो इंडिया के हैं, काफी सारे states ने of their own choice they had taken out like उनको बोलते हैं notification for the purpose of banning the film. So notification is kind of an order given by the concerned state government कि हम ये picture release नहीं करेंगे for ABC reasons. So to the best of my belief and remembrance, I think गुजरात ने निकला था notification, राजस्थान ने, मध्य प्रदेश ने and Haryana. So they had issued notification stating that we will not release the film, citing law order कि शायद निकालेंगे तो शायद कुछ ज्यादा हैवॉक हो जाएगा, chaotic हो जाएगा, तो we will not be able to actually control, I mean the situation of law in our states. So all these petitions were, all these orders were passed by these states, concerned states. So then Viacom 18 challenged all these orders before the Honorable Apex Court. So Honorable Apex Court said कि once CBFC ने सर्टिफिकेट दे दिया, then the question of starting the film does not arise. Number one. Number two, कि law and order is supposed to be the
state responsibility.
So the state cannot run away from it. So जो भी है, state will have to provide adequate police force, maybe for the viewers, या फिर फिल्म को exhibit कर रहे हो, distribute कर रहे हो, या जो भी form से film release हो रही है. So basically Supreme Court also paved the way for the purpose saying कि states cannot, once the censor board has given okay and once the film is supposed to be given, उनको CBFC certificate मिल जाता है, then the state should not have any role to play. And so far as this law and order is concerned, state is supposed to manage that कि कुछ भी गलत ना हो वहाँ पे. So that also released and Padmavat also did quite good as a film. I mean overall business was quite good.
Okay, so basically there was not just one case, there were multiple cases filed against Padmavat. And even after...
Even in Maharashtra also there were 2 or 3 cases filed, not only in Ahmedabad, there were some cases filed in Delhi also, Bombay also, but this actually Padmavati flared up more to, I don't know why, but whatever reasons, but it flared up more. as
I think
compared
maybe
to
it was
Maharaj.
Padmavat was also a bigger banner with bigger stars,
And it was
more
theatre release.
limelight.
It was
Yes,
theatre release. It was OTT
yes,
release.
yes.
And those times were else. This time were different because that is a 7-year-old case.
Correct.
So वो टाइम पे OTT का इतना जमाना नहीं था. So only release at that time was probably theatre release. OTT शायद था भी नहीं या होगा तो इंडिया में उसका presence कम था. So various factors go into consideration when somebody wants to consider going to courts. So whatever it was. So
तो बेसिकली ये जो प्रोड्यूसर्स हैं दे हैड टू फाइट द बैटल इन मल्टीपल और फाइट द केस इन मल्टीपल कोर्ट्स एंड देन इवन आफ्टर इट वाज क्लियर्ड देन स्टिल परस्यू इट टू मेक श्योर दैट ईच स्टेट रिलीजेस इट
इशू किया गवर्नमेंट्स ऑफ वेरियस स्टेट्स सेइंग कि हम लोग रिलीज नहीं कर पाएंगे citing law orders and all. So all that was taken forward in appeal before the honorable apex court and Supreme Court said no, you have to provide them security whatever they want, and once the censor board says yes, then you should not interfere.
That was the final verdict based on it.
And also one interesting fact. So over a period of time, काफी टाइम जैसे ये रिलीजियस ग्रुप्स आते हैं. आई मीन जनरली सी आई टेल यू वेरी ऑनेस्टली कि कोई भी फिल्म मेकर पिक्चर बनाता है वो बनाता है ताकि उसको अच्छा काम मिले, उसको अच्छा नाम मिले, पैसे मिले, ही कैन अर्न हिज ब्रेड. ही विल नॉट बी इंटरेस्टेड इन ट्राइंग टू से रॉन्ग थिंग्स अबाउट एनीबॉडी. कोई नहीं करता. जनरली स्पीकिंग you are from this fraternity. Why would anybody do something to hurt anybody's real sentiment? Generally से होता ही नहीं है. So होता नहीं है नंबर वन. एंड इसलिए वो तो है, ऊपर से the law of the land is so much clear by now कि time and again Supreme Court has also said कि if you do not like the film, do not watch it.
But okay, but you cannot
but
turn
if you
around
don't like
and
the
say
film, don't watch it. But don't always come down knocking on the court's door, assuming कि पिक्चर में ये होगा वो होगा, जबकि वो है भी नहीं. And the simple outlook is, if you don't like to read a book written by so and so, don't read it. It's nobody's putting you on a gun कि आपको पिक्चर देखना ही, unless of course अगर कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन है, पिक्चर में कुछ ग्रॉस दिखा है तो बात अलग है. लेकिन अगर किसी रिलीजियस सेंटिमेंट्स हर्ट नहीं होते, it's a good general film and you're just coming on some assumptions, thought processes, premises कि this might be there, that might be there, then that is no ground for you to file petitions and stall the release of the film. So the law is till now and as of now it's quite clear in that sense कि if you don't like, don't watch, and when CBFC gives go ahead, censor board says yes, then there should be no gentle stopping of the film. It should not be stalled for whatever reason.
तो नचिकेत यू बीन रियली इन्फॉर्मेटिव कि मतलब ये केसेस के पीछे होता क्या है जो हम न्यूज़ में पढ़ते हैं. और आपको तो पता है मीडिया में जब भी कोई बॉलीवुड रिलेटेड कुछ केस हो वो सबसे ज़्यादा वी गेट टू रीड अबाउट इट, राइट? सो व्हाट हैपेंस, हु आर द पीपल हु फाइल द केसेस, व्हाट डज द कोर्ट डिसाइड, what is the thought process of the court, and how is it that whatever is decided that is fit for public viewing. So the entire process behind that, once we are speaking to you, we are getting to know. But I wanted to know, आप बात कर रहे थे, and we spoke about a PIL in that, which was a reference to, I think, one of the cases. So what exactly is a PIL? Who files a PIL or who can file a PIL? And what is the procedure there like for that?
So a PIL is known as a public interest litigation, right? Okay. So it can be filed by anybody, and the courts can also initiate suo motu. Okay. So PIL में क्या होता है? It has to be at the for the larger interest of the society, for the country, for the public at large. So there are various issues on what a PIL can be filed. जैसे कोई environmental issue है, supposedly कोई उसके अलावा suppose के pollution issue है, then for the purpose of saving of some like culture, heritage. So there are various issues wherein the public may be affected. So for that, some of the good citizens or spirit citizens and also the courts can also initiate suo motu PIL. So essentially the concept of PIL is के whenever you think कि कुछ गलत हो रहा है in the entire chain of system or something, and you want to highlight to the honorable court for the purpose of stopping that thing from growing or to put a dead end to that. So you generally file a PL, and PL has been very what do you say effective tool, because see PL के बारे में कोई statute या law नहीं था. How has PL has come is because out of the court's orders. So judicial activism बोलते हैं इसको. तो judicial activism के over the period of time has led into something known as the public interest litigations. And PL, I can just give you 2-3 examples. जैसे कि वो triple talaq tha. Then there was this with regard to excess of women in this temple of Sabrimala. All this has been the laws laid down by our country because there's a PL file in some of the cases. So PL, to my belief, is a very good system, very good rather approach where some of the citizens, they feel that something is not right for the entire society. And he wants to highlight for the purpose of getting justice, then you should file it, and as long as the cause is genuine.
Okay, so my understanding is that a common person can file a PIL if he feels it's for a greater good.
Yes.
And you are also saying, so it seems to me like it's one of the robust pillars of democracy, right?
it
That a
is.
common citizen can also
Yes, yes.
say something. And from the examples you gave me, a PIL can also lead to a really important
Framing of
law.
laws, rather.
Yeah.
It can frame laws. It can change the course of laws. It does. It has, rather, for all these years.
So Nachiket, you're also a single father yourself, right? There's been a lot of hype about these games internationally and in India, which can sometimes lead teens and preteens to all kinds of dangerous outcomes like self-harm or suicide. Like there's this game which is quite notorious called the Blue Whale. So have you heard of them? What are the rules, and how does the law protect children from that, and how do you as a parent also protect your child from such things?
Yeah, so I heard about this Blue Whale. This is horrible.
Yeah.
So I think the game gives, I think, some sort of like 50 tasks in 50 days.
Yes, yes, it's horrible.
And you're not supposed to leave in halfway also.
Yeah.
So it's horrible. I don't know what sort of intention that the makers have made this game for. It is completely hopeless. Anyways, as the law speaks, so again, the Information Technology Act will be coming into picture so far as if you want to take any sort of like help, or maybe if you want to go to courts of law. इसके बाद में लेकिन ये जो गेम तो है उसके अलावा भी काफ़ी सारी गेम्स है. देयर हैज़ टू बी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ चेकिंग सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक मैकेनिज्म होना ही चाहिए गेम्स के ऊपर. एज ऑफ नाउ गेम जो ऑनलाइन गेम्स है सो फार किड्स आर कंसर्न, उसके बारे में कोई लेजिस्लेशन नहीं है. So as of now, there is no apparent law on this. But to the best of my knowledge, I think the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology is working on some guidelines. So this will be akin to some guidelines which are framed under the IT Act.
Right.
जहाँ पे there will be self governing body, जहाँ पे grievance officer होगा, जहाँ पे nodal officer होगा, so that if anybody has got this kind of a game जहाँ पे they are aggrieved, they can approach them. लेकिन एज ऑफ नाउ तो वैसे कोई बॉडी प्लेस में नहीं है. सो एज अ पेरेंट यू हैव टू कीप अ कंट्रोल ऑफ द चाइल्ड, व्हाट दे डू, व्हाट आर दे प्लेइंग. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम द मूड्स, और मे बी यू हैव टू असेस देम ओवर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम एंड विशिंग दैट यू डोंट प्ले सच गेम्स. बिकॉज अपेरेंटली अभी कोई लेजिस्लेशन इसके बारे में नहीं है, बट इट शुड कम अप. दैट इज माई अजम्पशन, and I hope it does come down. It does come because it is the need of the hour. Because all these games are completely not checked.
Yeah,
not
they're not. And as a parent, like, what do you do with your son?
No, I keep a track of what he does. I put an application in his phone or his tablet, which kind of shows as to what he downloads, what he sees.
Because he's really young, right?
He's 10 years old. So I put all these things in place, and I oversee. I tell my other house members and they oversee whatever he's doing. Generally, he's not doing anything wrong because he's under the complete supervision. And plus, I know my kid. So far as he's concerned, I'm safe. But this cannot be assumed and assured for every kid.
Yeah.
So as a parent, I do feel the stress. of the other parents also, that who might be thinking about this Blue Whale game or such other PUBG or whatever. This is completely hopeless games. There's too much of violence. There's some games which has got, I think it is sexual content also.
Yeah.
This is not done. How do you expect a young child, and what is the framework and what is the mindset of the people who made these games? I fail to understand as to why could they make a game which is actually detrimental to the interests of kids. You should spare the kids for God's sake.
Yeah.
I don't know, but these people, there are various kinds of people in the world and they might do the wrong things also. So as a parent, you can only safeguard your interests and you can be cautious and you have to be on your toes. You have to understand what your son is doing, whom he is imitating, what is he doing in social media, whatever it is. So that's the only check as of now. And even if otherwise, let us assume there's a law being made. But at the same time, as a parent, you cannot leave your kid aside. That law is there. Law is there for the purpose of that. That is the thing in place. But within the house, you have to keep a track on the kids'
I guess
activities.
that's the only way.
You cannot ask the law to come down inside the house. You can approach the law if you're hurt or there's something going wrong. But as a parent, you have no other choice but to be there, to be actively be there, to be present, and to understand what are the needs of the child and what sort of games, what kind of friends he's making also is also very important. Forget the games. There's friends also very important.
Right.
It's not the case that only games. There's the right kind of people he has to be surrounded with for the kid to grow.
I think, like, from what I'm seeing, I'm reasonably social media savvy, and we spoke about the IT Act is 2021, correct?
The IT Act is 2000. The rules are 2021.
2021.
The Act has been for 24 years, but the rules have been framed as per the need of the law.
As per the need of the law. But as we are seeing, almost every couple of months, we are seeing something new on the internet or social media, some new danger also, if you can call it that way, right? So it's literally like a moving goalpost, because by the time you make rules to cover this thing, you have deep fake videos coming out. You make rules to cover this, you have internet fraud coming out. You make rules for that, there's something else coming out. So it is quite a
tougher times. I mean,
Tougher
information
times.
technology and the social media has been quite a boon, but there have been always some sort of like dangers, perils of like safety, security, privacy. We can run them out. They are there. We have to deal with them.
Yeah, we're just trying hard to keep up
Yes,
and
to keep the
cope
pace.
with that. So I have after this I have a fun question for you. तो बॉलीवुड में और OTT में one of the professions which is shown very often is that of a lawyer. ठीक है, और एक्टर्स को भी दिखाते हैं, लॉयर्स को भी दिखाते हैं, और लॉयर्स का हमेशा टिपिकल स्टीरियोटाइप होता है. तो आपका क्या कहना है, हाउ एक्यूरेट इट इज, व्हाट आर योर फीलिंग्स व्हेन यू वॉच दिस, और डू यू हैव अ लेसन फॉर बॉलीवुड, डू यू हैव अ मैसेज फॉर देम कि यार ऐसा मत करो? Do you have anything
I don't have a message for them because I like watching the films. I'm a truly big fan of Bollywood films. But ये है कि जो बॉलीवुड में दिखाते हैं और जो कोर्ट है पूरा अलग है. There are no poles matching. I mean, this is far cry. Obviously far cry. In court you cannot do that. जो हमारे वो एक्टर सनी देओल ने किया था, तारीख पे तारीख पे तारीख,
तारीख पर तारीख, तारीख पर तारीख, तारीख पर तारीख, तारीख पर तारीख मिलती रही है, लेकिन इंसाफ नहीं मिला मिलॉर्ड, इंसाफ नहीं मिला.
You will be in jail straight away from there. आपके कोर्ट के कपड़े से निकल के आपको जेल के कपड़े पहना देंगे. So you can't do that for contempt of court. So that is okay. That is kind of a dramatization of the courts.
Creative liberty.
This creative liberty and all. That's okay. But I enjoy at the end of it. And there have been very nice films made on law. There are nice courtroom dramas. English also, Hindi also. Very nice. So I kind of like watching it. But so it's good. I mean, but on a serious note, कुछ common नहीं है उसके अंदर. I mean, because court rooms पूरा अलग है, films पूरी अलग है, क्योंकि दोनों का concept अलग है. Court room के अंदर you mean to go for justice.
Right.
Yeah, so it's about drama, socializing, try to understand sensationalization of the film. ये drama होगा, dialogue बाजी होगी, fights होंगे, वैसे कोर्ट में थोड़ी होता है. But it's good fun to be watched. वो binge watching के लिए अच्छा है, अच्छा लगता है, मुझे भी अच्छा लगता है.
तो आप बॉलीवुड को एक मैसेज देना चाहेंगे कि भैया थोड़ा तो एक्यूरेट दिखा दो, डोंट
कर सकते हो. They can freedom of expression उनके पास है, speech उनके पास है. They can play in that. I mean, whatever they like. So I have no one to tell them, but you can make good films as long as I enjoy. It's okay. Not only me, but everybody of us enjoy. So I'm happy in that sense. But अलग है courtroom and the films. I mean, जो real life में है और real life में पूरा अलग है. So you cannot, I mean, compare apples to oranges. सी बात है.
So now my impression is when you go to a court, there is always a stand where the witness or the whoever is standing. It is not like
सब होता है, लोअर कोर्ट्स में होता है, बट जैसे एज यू को हायर हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट में नहीं होता है,
वैसा नहीं होता है.
सो ऐसे जो पूरा सेटअप होता है कोर्ट का, दैट सम कोर्ट्स इन द लोअर कोर्ट्स विल हैव दैट. सो इट इज नॉट अबाउट हाउ द कोर्ट्स आर शोन, इट्स अबाउट जो डायलॉग बाजी होती है उसके अंदर जो चिल्लाता है. सो आई रिमेंबर एक फिल्म थी अनिल कपूर की, मेरी जंग ऐसा कुछ नाम था. तो उसके अंदर कोई एंड का सीन था, मिडिल का सीन था. सो अनिल कपूर इज अ लॉयर फॉर सम लेडी कि जो डॉक्टर है. सो द एलिगेशन अगेंस्ट द लेडी डॉक्टर इन द फिल्म वाज कि उन्होंने ये आदमी को जहर पिला के शी मेड हिम डाई. सो वो जो सामने जो थे वो लोग दे गॉट द बॉटल ऑफ लाइक पॉइजन इन द कोर्ट सेइंग कि दिस इज द एविडेंस. तो अनिल कपूर ने ट्राई से कि ये इसमें जहर नहीं है. सो कोर्ट से आपके प्रूफ क्या है? सो अनिल कपूर बोले मैं ही प्रूफ हूँ, मैं ये पी जाऊंगा. So then he drinks a bottle of poison in the court. So that's how the films are. I mean, you can't do that in real courtroom. So ये सब अलग है. This is what I don't know. Can't even imagine in the figment of my imagination that such things can be done. मजा आती है when you see such things.
And then does he go out and have antidote to the poison?
So basically that was actually a poison. So वो तब तो 10 minutes he survives in the courtroom. The judge says okay, it seems कि इसके अंदर poison नहीं है, इनको छोड़ दो, लेडी को छोड़ दो. So then 10 मिनट के अंदर अनिल को भागता है, फास्ट भागता है कार के अंदर. And then he gets a poison, and then I mean वहाँ डॉक्टर के पास जाता है, डॉक्टर से right time पे आ गए. All these things as you kind of hear in the films is part and parcel of it. So this is the charm of films. I mean, you kind of like them. I mean,
like even actors, the way they show it, like actors is one profession they love to show on OTT. It's always they're completely narcissistic and they are partying or they're scheming कि ये picture कैसे मिले और this thing, or they're alcoholics, and half the time you're like wondering यार क्या कर रहे हो? We work really hard.
I know.
Please don't this thing like that. But it was nice to hear because my impression, as must be a lot of people who've never been to a courtroom, their impression also must be कि जो पिक्चरों में दिखाते वैसे है. आपने बता दिया कि वैसा है नहीं भैया, थोड़ा creative liberty है. So I want to end with a really important question.
yes.
you know, as we are recording this, there's been a complete upheaval in Bangladesh, and as I heard just yesterday, the Chief Justice has resigned, and we are surrounded by countries which don't have a robust judiciary like ours. We are like literally a beacon of hope, you know, when it comes to a judicial system. You're from a judicial system. What do you have to say about the judiciary and the judicial system, legal system of India versus our neighboring countries? And you know, how do you look at it, and what do you have to say about it?
So the law in India and legal system in India is quite very strong. So I think that among so many other countries, and so many countries, not only neighbors, even the entire world, you can see the entire world into consideration. The kind of the workload or the kind of work which Indian judges do, there is no matching to it. See, I'll just give you a small, sort of like a data analysis. So the Supreme Court of USA in a year gets about 7,000 to 8,000 cases that have been filed in Supreme Court of USA, and out of which 70-80 cases are being heard. So essentially, you can say that the Supreme Court of USA hears 70 to 80 cases, the entire Supreme Court of USA in a year. Supreme Court of India, a bench of Supreme Court, a bench of justice will hear about 50 cases every day. So this is the kind of hard work they are doing. It is day in, day out hard work. Judges are doing day in, day out hard work. It is a complete thankless job. It is the kind of hard work which they are doing. And for what? They are doing it for the purpose of noble cause. It is ultimately see, law is not only basically a vocation. Law is also a public trust. So I'm talking about lawyers. So lawyers have this higher responsibility of trying to give back to the society. So and actually judges have much higher responsibility than us
for justice,
for imparting justice and giving the valuable time, and the kind of hard work, the kind of cases they have to read and hear on a daily basis is massive. So I think, in my view, judges are doing the hardest of work. And ultimately, whenever any system of the government fails, the ultimate goal or the ultimate hope of a common man is in the courts.
Yes, absolutely.
So जब भी कुछ चलता नहीं है तो आदमी कोर्ट के पास जाता है, because he knows कि कहीं से भी न्याय नहीं मिलेगा, मुझे कोर्ट से न्याय पक्का मिलेगा. So that is a love which every individual, the love, the honor, the respect, the faith, which common man like me and you also, apart from being a lawyer, but I'm still a common man, has in the faith of institution of courts. So courts, I think they are like the temples of justice, and the gods are the judges, to my extent, because they are genuinely doing a fantastic work in trying to deal with so many cases, working overtime, working hard, everything they're doing. Whatever means possible, humanly possible.
And you're also saying that because of our population, perhaps, they're dealing with a workload much more than you can expect from any other or democratic country, right? Like you gave the comparison.
Crores of cases are in India right now. So understanding crores of cases is too much of case law. Yet the court is coping up. ऐसा नहीं है कि कोर्ट में पेंडिंग ही है. कोर्ट में पेंडिंग केस तो है, ऊपर से कोर्ट नए केस सुनती है, खत्म करती है, पेंडिंग भी खत्म करती है. सी इट टेक्स टाइम. यू कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट ओवरनाइट के खत्म हो जाएगा. मिरेकल्स नहीं होता, बिकॉज ये केसेस को आते आते भी इतने साल हो चुके हैं. इंडिया के इंडिपेंडेंस से लेके आज तक की बात हो रही है. विद पॉपुलेशन ऑफ अवर कंट्री व्हिच इज इंक्रीजिंग टू नो एक्सटेंट. रोज एज वी स्पीक पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीजिंग.
मोस्ट पॉपुलेटेड कंट्री.
कोप अप करने के लिए भी टाइम लगेगा, बट इतना है कि जुडिशियल सिस्टम इज इन प्लेस. उसमें सब कुछ अच्छा है. The people have faith. They are working day in, day out. Judges are working day in, day out. They are doing the best which they can do, and they are doing the best work. I hats off to them. I'll really think that our country is very safe because they are there. Apart from the politicians, वो भी अच्छा ही कर रहे हैं. But otherwise, the judiciary is doing really well.
It's robust and it's doing really well.
Robust and very well. So I read somewhere that all you need in life is love and maybe a good lawyer. So that's all about it. You should have love and the lawyer of your choice.
Chalo, I have a good lawyer. Love to nahi mila abhi tak, but a good lawyer is here. I think that was a really nice ending to a podcast. And it was nice to have you here and get your perspective, both the insider perspective, some humorous perspective, get a perspective on the judicial system of our country, which is very easy for people to talk about from the outside, but we don't know the hard work and the amount of just work which is going on in there. So it was nice to hear about it. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you.
And I really asked very nice questions.
Thank you so much.
Those are very important questions, the questions which are very, very, very up to date in today's time. Very, very, very pertinent. Very good choice of questions.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, brother.